Greetings everybody, welcome to Viral Wave. Today, we'll be watching top 10 moments when celebrities got really mad at Ellen DeGeneres and bravely stood up to her. Be sure to watch until the very end so you won't miss the slightest thing. Number 10. Giada de Laurentiis. On this episode, when Giada de Laurentiis and Nicole Kidman were guests on the show, trouble and problems didn't come from Ellen. It was the other way around. All three women were in the making of a fairly complicated dish that had to do with rolling up rice balls, among some other things. Giada, who was sort of guiding the others through the process, was seen to be quite harsh on Ellen for not being able to make the rice balls properly, and criticized her, although she did not quite deserve it. Of course, Ellen might prank on her guests and pull off stunts that aren't always funny or appropriate, but she certainly didn't deserve to be talked down and deprecated in her own show. Now, Giada has her own show herself, and reportedly does things like that there also, but she couldn't do them as a guest in the Ellen show. Later on, Nicole and Ellen paired up and insulted Giada's cooking, saying the stuff wasn't good. And Giada also apologized afterwards, but the damage had already been done.
Be delicate, because Ellen, that
Good.
looks like dog food now. Ellen, it's balls.
Look.
Balls. That's not a ball.
Number 9. Hasan Minhaj. This isn't the first time when someone spells his name wrong, for sure, but you certainly don't expect someone like Ellen to make that mistake, and more than once. When Hasan Minhaj came to the show, Ellen initially told him that she was a big fan of his show Patriot on Netflix, but it didn't seem she respected him when she kept on saying his name wrong. Minhaj, however, didn't let go of this opportunity to roast her, albeit lightly, who seemingly had issues and difficulty in pronouncing names of people of color, but didn't face the same trouble in the case of white people. It was a straight burn, as people on the Ellen show have themselves been accused of racism in the past. Number 8. Dakota Johnson. Probably the most famous incident of a celebrity standing up to Ellen DeGeneres was when Dakota Johnson was a guest of the show. This was shortly after she had her birthday party, one that Ellen did not attend, and she complained to her that she did not get an invitation. Nonetheless, Dakota had a slightly different version. She said that not only was Ellen invited, but it was actually her who didn't even give a specific reason as to why she didn't make it to the party. Ellen asked the producers what happened and was told that she was out of town or something like that. Making things even worse, Ellen couldn't even remember what she was out of town for. Not only did she prove that she doesn't care paying attention to a considerable amount of stuff, of sizable importance or not, but also that she handled the situation with a lot less tact than expected. Dakota seemed to realize this thing and stood up to her.
How was the party? I wasn't invited.
Actually, no, that's not the truth, Ellen. You were invited.
Number 7. Katy Perry. Despite the fact that Ellen asserted that she and Katy Perry were friends, she forgot that Katy was married to actor and comedian Russell Brand. The marriage ended in a divorce, and this sad incident represented a significant episode in Perry's life, but apparently Ellen had no recollection of this at all, with Russell himself also being on the show previously. Ellen probably came to the fair conclusion that this is certainly not how you treat your friends. Things remained unsolved, although she apologized for them.
Anyway,
Do I have to get married?
Answer.
Again!
Yeah. You're not married.
I was when I was 25.
Were you?
Yeah, it's been a long time, honey.
who?
No wrinkles, no lines.
To who?
His name is Russell Brand.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about Russell. Yeah.
Number 6. Corinne Olympios. The Bachelor star Corinne Olympios is, like so many others, a huge fan of Ellen DeGeneres and expressed how happy and excited she was when she came on the show herself. Unlike other cases though, she wasn't even offended or put into an embarrassing situation directly in the show. Unfortunately, as she revealed later on, she wasn't as starstruck as she was in the beginning of it all, as Ellen's general demeanor and attitude intimidated her, and she came out of the show with the feeling that Ellen might not be the best human being, or at least not as great as the person who she supposedly is on air. And, truth be told, she's definitely not the only one who feels the same way. Number 5. Wanda Sykes. Comedy artist Wanda Sykes was also a subject of embarrassment in the Ellen DeGeneres show. While on air, she was given a jacket by the host, which she repeatedly insisted wasn't a tour jacket, with Wendy clearly pointing out that it was, and one actually bearing the details of Ellen's show. More so, she even pointed out that the tour was extremely restricted, and Ellen only ventured out of the zone and had dates in Seattle, San Diego, and San Francisco, but other than that, was just majorly based on Los Angeles itself, exclusively. Well, it wasn't at all flattering for Ellen, and she tried to lay it off as a joke. A really bad one, to be honest. But the moment the truth was out, it didn't really stand.
3 of the cities is in California. What the hell? What the hell? I was very busy.
Number 4. Cher. Ellen DeGeneres doesn't seem to care for the legends either, when it comes to putting them in awkward situations. Let's say, for example, when Cher came as a guest on the show. Ellen had taken her to a beauty salon where the two of them were seen doing the fans' hair. Cher seemed to have got quite into it and was taking it seriously. It seemed that she was enjoying what she was doing. Ellen was actually doing the opposite. She was not only not getting anything done, but also interfered with a lot of what Cher was doing. and as a matter of fact, after some time, did karaoke on her songs. And while that's not offensive, she did use some words that couldn't be valued and appreciated. Cher was not that amused by Ellen's rude behavior, and although Ellen tried to play off the whole thing later on towards the end and tried claiming she was best friends with Cher, she certainly did not entertain that and clearly withdrew herself from what was happening. Although, that was sort of expected.
What? Hold it! I'll turn it off if you don't trust me.
I don't.
Just hold that. And what? Just hold it for a minute.
Number 3. Mariah Carey. When Mariah Carey was a guest to her show, Ellen really exaggerated with her invasive questions about her not yet confirmed pregnancy. As a matter of fact, Ellen probably wanted to just force her into revealing the big news in her show, which was way beyond the professional capacity and extremely embarrassing for the singer herself. She was visibly uncomfortable about the whole situation, and as if what she did wasn't enough, Ellen really got over the edge and beyond when prompted Mariah to have a glass of champagne. Wondering why, perhaps? In case you didn't already know, alcohol is strictly prohibited to a pregnant woman. Ellen seemed to understand that afterwards, and she tried to play it off, but this can be said without a doubt that this wasn't at all one of her proudest moments.
Let's toast to you not being pregnant. If you're not pregnant, then we should.
Oh my goodness. I can't believe it. How did we toast to that? How about to the future?
Yeah, you can
and
really-
for both of our futures, who knows what they hold?
Who knows? All right, go ahead.
Okay, cheers.
Cheers.
Number 2. Justin Timberlake. Justin Timberlake is one of the most famous music artists and celebrities of these times. No one could deny that. Despite all this, he went through a very unpleasant experience when he came as a guest in the Ellen DeGeneres show, and the only one accountable for the whole situation was the host herself. While seeming to be enjoying herself and both of them actually having fun and a good time while listening to his songs, there was a sudden drop in the beat where Ellen forgot the lyrics to one of Justin's songs. Obviously, it was fairly embarrassing for her as well, as she was seen jokingly trying to get the correct lyrics from the audience and the DJ. But it wasn't to any avail, as no one wanted to practically step forward and get her out of the entire cringy situation that she solely brought upon herself. Of course, no one is asking Ellen to learn and memorize all the lyrics to all of Justin Timberlake's songs, but she should have known at least the ones that are being played right in front of the artist himself. At least in that case, Justin wouldn't have felt so offended the way he did. And, in all honesty, we can all see the reason. Number 1. Michelle Obama. When Michelle Obama was a guest on the Ellen DeGeneres show, Ellen took her shopping in a CVS pharmacy, saying that she must stay in practice. Well, until then it was pretty alright, but she seemed to be taking things too far when she started joking about her and the power she had as the First Lady. Michelle was obviously irritated by the entire exchange, but of course, Ellen didn't stop there. She even had the impertinence to ask her to talk to the authorities in the mint so that her face could be printed on some currency. This was when Michelle snapped right back and told Ellen quite plainly to her face that to have your face printed on money, you needed to have done substantial things of historical importance and significance. The overall conclusion is that the entire situation was too upsetting for the former First Lady.
The world happy every
should
day.
have freed some slaves. You know, you're really annoying. It's like taking a 3-year-old to the store.
Go ahead and click on one of the videos on your screen. See you there!